They're an award-winning band that has played the entire country. They got a huge tour going on this year, plus a new album coming out in June. I've got Mary Rachel and Kody, the Kody Norris Show.
Hey there, how are you?
Hey, Sona, you know, after I saw your band and both of you playing on the Opry, I had to have you on the show.
Well, we sure appreciate it. Sure glad to be here.
And I love these new singles you've had out, which I know have been very popular already for this new album coming out, Falutin Hillbilly, The Auctioneer.
That's right.
What a great song.
Oh, man, I just love that. I've loved that since I was a kid.
Well, you know, it's so interesting to me that, you know, both of you are such talented musicians, but it's, you know, sometimes like we were talking, they'll try and niche you, but you guys took like all the awards in 2023. I think except for Best Dressed, you took like entertainer, guitar, fiddle, and there's like an album.
Yes.
In 2023. So are you going to get the Best Dressed award, do you think, like for 2025?
Well, I don't know if they have that category, but maybe if they'll add that. You talk to them, okay?
I think so, because, I mean, the outfits and everything, I mean, this takes some work, you know, especially to be able to play the music and be dressed so nice.
It's just part of what we do.
Well, and a big part of what we do. I would dress like this to change oil in the bus if I could afford to.
You know, I was telling you too, Kody, it's like one of my favorite videos with you on social media over the last few weeks was you ironing, and I didn't know that you were ironing Mary Rachel's clothes.
My clothes, yeah. I was laying in the bed.
You got him trained.
I know, I do. I was laying in the bed videoing
That was before we went on the Opry last time.
Yeah.
Well, got to get everybody looking good, you know.
Well, you know, speaking of which, I got to bring up with the Opry, you know, the 100th anniversary this year. And I know you guys have been a part of it with the Kody Norris Show. And so, In the Circle, how did that song come to be?
Well, when let's roll back to July of 2023. We were at the Ryman playing Bluegrass Nights at the Ryman. It was Rhonda Vincent's birthday.
Right.
And the management from the Opry were there, and Dan Rogers sent Rhonda out on stage to ask us and invited us to come and do our Opry debut. It's just a wonderful night. It was wonderful. Wow. I'll still never be able to put into words the way that felt. That was the most wonderful feeling. And then we make our Opry debut the next month, August the 9th, the next month. And as we were leaving there, a longtime friend of ours, Larry Chun, who's a dancer on the Opry, he's been there for 30 years. And he's been such a supporter of Kody Norris, of Mary Rachel, of the Kody Norris Show.
Yeah.
And phenomenal songwriter. That's a hat that he wears that not a lot of people realize.
And a great musician,
and a phenomenal musician, too. And Mary Rachel called him after we left the Opry, and she said, "You need to write a song about this." And I'll let you tell
Basically, I said, you need to write a song about it's full circle. You know, you're in the circle with your friends and the people that have cheered you on. You know, most people in the audience probably haven't heard of you, you know, until that night. But there's a lot of people there that have watched you from the get-go, and they are there to support you. And I said, you're in the circle, and you know, your friends are right there beside you, and it's just a full circle moment. And he called me back about an hour later with this song written.
Oh my gosh.
And we knew we wanted to record it. We just waited for the timing to be right. And fast forward a couple years, and we go in to cut this last album, and had different intentions for the whole album.
Yep.
And then this song kept coming back to us. And then with the Opry 100, we were like, man, it's the right.
And I have to say, the opening line of the song hits me like a truck every time I hear it, because I didn't tell him this.
Right.
This was his experience, but he and I had the exact same experience. The opening line is, it started out when I was just a lad with a Western Auto guitar I got from my dad. And I still have that little guitar that my dad got me. And it says, my spotlight was the evening setting sun. I'd stand out on the front porch at our house as the sun was going down with my guitar.
Wow.
And
because I thought it was autobiographical.
Oh,
I thought from you.
No,
well, it almost is.
But Larry
so many
knew
ways.
nothing. I mean, he knows a lot about us, but he's not. We've never shared stuff like that, you know. And
such a great song.
So when he came off with these lines, we were like, oh my gosh, it's almost as if, you know.
Yeah, I mean, that's what, and I think so many songs on this new album, it's hard. Like, I love what you guys did with Mississippi Squirrel also. And not a remake, really made it your own.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Josiah and Kody for years have been Ray Stevens fanatics.
Like, here's how serious we are with a lot of that stuff. I have a VCR in the bus. There's still we got those, you know, all those VHS tapes that I came, and I've got to have a way to play them. So I'm all the time going to a Goodwill store to find another VCR. So we've got, you know, and that's just important.
Yeah,
it's important, and I wore out as a child, I know 3 copies of that VHS, the Ray Stevens VHS, and that, I've incorporated that kind of formed me.
Right.
That especially from the comedy side
and
of
both
things.
of you, I got to bring this up to where, Kody, you started out studying mandolin and then multi-instrumentalist now with guitar, bass, everything you do, also spoons. I mean, you play it all. And then Mary Rachel, you started out in 4th grade, classical violin, and then decided to make the leap to fiddle.
Yep, and that was a big leap, but I'm glad that I did it, And now most everybody in the band plays all the instruments.
Wow.
We won't let Josiah touch the fiddle much. It's pretty screechy, but it
not
does sound like the squirrel.
Not a lot of people should be allowed to touch the fiddle,
I agree.
me
I agree.
included.
But, yeah, Josiah's taught me how to play the banjo over the last couple years, and Paul Hammerstyle, and him and when we can get Kody to play it, him and Charlie and Josiah are all great banjo players.
I'll tell you what, all the musicians in your band are just so tight, and just how you guys interplay and the harmonies.
Yeah.
Just like on this new album, and I want to make sure we give them the website and social media.
Sure. Absolutely.
But the album is going to be out on vinyl and CD also, besides digital, because I was on your Spotify page, listening to all the songs. They've already come out and everything, but what a great band. I mean, a talented band, and as you were bringing up, Kody, it's a show. When people come see you, and you guys tour so much across the country, I know you got a big tour coming up into Alaska, which is a good choice in not August. Maybe not during winter.
Yeah.
But it's like all over the U.S., and the Kody Norris Show is a show.
Well, and as I told you earlier when we were talking, the mission statement of the Kody Norris Show is simply to make a memory. When people come to the show, as far as the music goes, in today's world especially, music is so convenient to listen to. But when they come to a show, we're going to do our best to entertain them, because it is still a show and it's still entertainment.
Yeah.
And every day of my life I live in show business mode. I do. Because I think it's missing, and I always want to just, put my next step forward and make it a point to entertain the people when they buy that ticket.
And that's why you have the fan base you do. But I want to make sure for our viewers that they have the website, social media, everything. And I hear there's going to be some great merch coming out for Falutin Hillbilly
That's right.
too.
Yes,
Where do they need
Yep.
to go for everything?
They can go right over and check out the CodyNorrisShow.com. And remember, friends, that's Kody with a K. Anything else would be Sody, and I wouldn't want you to be confused.
And I'll tell you what, you know them from seeing them on RFD-TV, and they've been on the Opry so many times, they're going to be on the Opry a lot more. Be sure and go to the website so you can go see them live, the Kody Norris Show. Also, Falutin Hillbilly coming out in June. You want to get this album, you want to check out all the songs. There's going to be some videos coming out also, and some cool merch. Once again, Kody Norris, Mary Rachel, thank you both for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us. We appreciate it. Let's do this again sometime.
We will do it.
All right.
Check them out and add the music.
The Rocket Review is sponsored by Why Not Saloon.